Hello, Grosso, a Collie Cambria. Hi and welcome to Collie Cambria. My name is Jenny Baker and I am the Level 1 and 2 Equine course tutor, and I'm here today to talk to you about our courses, our equine courses at Northup. But before I do, we'll just show you a short video of the college.
We are Cambria. We were rated excellent by Estin inspectors. We inspire success. We provide learners with work experience, which enables them to have the very best employment opportunities. We are the highest performing college in Wales. We lead the way with our world-class facilities. We partner with top universities to bring degrees to your doorstep. We have raised over £500,000 for charity since 2013. We impact positively on the wider communities we serve. We change thousands of lives every year. We can change yours. Your success starts here.
So our equine courses run from our Northup site, which is easily accessed off the A55 for Wirral, Chester areas and obviously North Wales. We have a purpose-built equestrian centre with a large 50 metres by 30 metres indoor arena with a large viewing gallery and classroom. We have a large 60 metre by 40 metre outdoor arena. We have attached to the indoor arena barn-style stabling for our horses and some outdoor stables as well. So we usually stable around 21 horses. We also have a round pen for working our horses. We have all year turnout, so we've got a good deal of grazing land, which is great for the horses and their welfare because they can go out and be horses all year round. We have a dedicated team of staff that are all highly qualified and come from a variety of backgrounds, bringing their experience together to help deliver the best teaching to yourselves. We offer a range of courses from level 1 through to level 3. And the level 1 and 2 are 1-year courses, whilst the level 3 is a 2-year course. So I'll just talk you through the different courses and the sorts of things you'll be doing on those courses. And then towards the end of the session, if you want to ask any questions, you're more than welcome to pop them on and I'll talk through the answers with yourselves. Okay, so the level 1 is basically a course that provides an introduction to horse care and has a real practical focus. It's aimed at learners with little to no experience in horse care, or perhaps you might not have got the GCSEs that you wanted, the results that you wanted. So the level 1 is aimed for you guys. The subjects include horse health, so signs of health and signs of ill health, feeding and watering, how and what to feed them, in what quantities, to keep them healthy, tack and horse clothing, grooming, horse handling and stable duties. They're the main core subjects that you'll be looking at over the year, with an emphasis on a lot of practical. As part of the course, you're required to carry out 60 hours of work experience, which is usually done in-house on our yard at Northup, usually a day a week. That's how it runs throughout the year. The course will involve weekly sessions of English and maths, which is sort of the underpinning of any course we do. English and maths is obviously really important for employment. So it's to help develop your skills in that area. There may sometimes be opportunities to redo GCSEs if you weren't far off the grade. So that's an opportunity that may arise as well. There is opportunities to ride on the course, although it's not assessed at level 1. but there will be opportunities throughout the level 1, although it's not timetabled. There's also opportunities to help on competition days. Throughout the year, we run a range of competitions. We run dressage competitions, unaffiliated and affiliated with British Dressage. We run show jumping competitions, so it may well be that you're interested in one more than the other and decide to help out on those days, and they can also be counted towards your work experience hours, so lots of opportunities there. We also run a weekly pony club for outside students as well as our own students that you can get involved with if you wanted to, and that is for learners under the age of 25, and it usually involves a ride and a horse care session as well, so that's additional to the course that runs every once a week in the evening, so that's something you can find out more about as well. Okay, so once you finish your level 1, you can progress onto employment, or you may want to progress onto the next level of the course. So the next level would be the level 2, and this course provides a varied overview of the equine industry and horse care, developing your skills, your knowledge, your experience to help you gain employment in the equine industry. It's assessed through an examination and a controlled synoptic assignment, which is made up of both practical and written elements. So that's how it's assessed. Like the level 1, English and maths is integral to the course, and weekly sessions will be on your timetable, and there is also an opportunity to resit your English and maths if you wanted to. So if you didn't quite get the grade you wanted, or you were slightly off getting your C, then you will have the opportunity to resit those. If you've got your GCSEs in your English and maths, there'll be opportunity to just develop your numeracy and literacy over the course of the year. So there's a riding option on the level 2, which involves a weekly riding session, which would be assessed towards the end of the year. And for those of you that don't want to ride, there's also non-riding units. And the non-riding units are made up of 2 additional units, which is a grassland management unit and a horse transportation unit. So there are options for those of you that don't want to ride for whatever reason during your time at college. The riding route is subject to a satisfactory ride assessment, because obviously you have to be able to walk, trot and canter in a balanced position before being accepted onto the riding option. So it's worth bearing that in mind for the riding option. And then lots of opportunities to help out on show days. Again, there's a work experience requirement, which is 150 hours, made up of both internal and external work experience hours. So we will help and support you with that. We have lots of links with equestrian businesses and yards in the area and further afield, so we can help support you in finding the best placement for you. And then there'll be internal hours, so that might well be a couple of competitions a year. You might come help out on the dressage competitions or the show jumping competitions. There is also opportunity to compete at the competitions, and lots of our students do take this up. You can either bring your own horses, or if you haven't got your own horses, there is potential to compete at either the dressage or the show jumping on the college horses. So that is an amazing opportunity for some of our students. And last year, the year just gone, we did have students come and use our college horses to join in on some of the dressage competitions. So that is an available option. In terms of progression, you could progress directly into employment from the level 2, or you may want to progress onto the level 3, which I'll tell you about in a minute. So the sorts of jobs you might progress from the level 2 onto is a sort of yard assistant or groom. You may well go on to a yard where you carry on your training through the form of an apprenticeship. So that's always an option as well. So there are your sorts of progression routes for your level 2. And then you could progress, like I said, onto the level 3, which is a 2-year full-time course, which provides an in-depth insight into the equine industry and horse care, developing your skills and your experience at an advanced level in order to gain equestrian employment. The course, again, like the level 2, is assessed through examination and a controlled synoptic assessment, which again is broken down into practical elements and written elements. There's a riding route involved, so weekly riding lessons again for the riding route, and of course there's a non-riding option as well, because not everybody wants to go down the riding option, and that's fine. There's a non-riding route where you will just over the course of the 2 years just do an additional unit to make up for the riding unit that you're not doing, so that's fine. There is the riding and non-riding. Again, like the level 2, there's 150 hours work experience requirement. So most of that will be expected to be done externally. And you don't have to even just do it at one place. You could do it at 2 or more. So again, Natalie Cliff, who is the level 3 course tutor, will help and support you in finding a suitable placement. And like I said, we've got lots of links with businesses locally and further afield to help you find a placement suitable for yourselves. English and maths is again integral to the level 3 qualification as well. It may well be that you've got your GCSE C and above in the English and the maths, but we work throughout the year on improving your literacy and numeracy. It's underpinning and integral to every single course we do. So English and maths is integral and will be included in your weekly sessions. Also, for the level 3, you will be studying the Advanced Welsh Baccalaureate qualification, which in combination with your course is the equivalent of studying 4 A levels. So the level 3 is really quite advanced, and that's the equivalent of 4 A levels. So if you wanted to go off to university, if you know you want to be a veterinary nurse or a physiotherapist or a dentist or whatever it might be, then that might be the route for you. So that course is the equivalent of A levels and will get you into university. Okay, so that's a brief overview of the level 1, 2 and 3. I've touched on our pony club, so that's available for everybody under the age of 25. We commonly get asked what are some of our past students doing now. So just to give you a little taster, we've got lots of students that have gone to work all over the world and done absolutely amazing things after finishing with ourselves. But a few examples, we had a level 3 student, Beth Dykins, who after finishing her course went on to be the head groom yard manager at the Bowlesworth estate, a prestigious full-time position handling young stock and competition horses. We had another level 3 student, Amy Bannister, who studied the level 3 with ourselves, who after completing the course went on to continue her British Horse Society training and examinations and ended up becoming the youngest ever BHS which is an amazing achievement. We had another level 3 student, Jess Jones. She went on to university at Harper Adams to become a veterinary physiotherapist and now treats dogs and horses in the Northwest. So we've got lots and lots of success stories of students that have come through College Cambria, and it's really a real key point for parents about the equine industry is that it is a large industry. It currently sees 4.7 billion spending each year, with over 200,000 full-time positions in the equine industry in the UK alone. So the job opportunities, they are out there, and they are varied, and some amazing opportunities out there through working with horses. So just to sort of quash the idea that working with horses is all about working on the yard and shoveling muck, it really isn't. The industry is massive, and there's so many job opportunities and professions out there that students can progress onto. So that's enough from me. If you have any questions that you want to send through to me, you can do so now, and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, so we've had our first question. Hi, Jack. What qualifications do I need for level 2? And will college be open in September due to COVID, or will it mostly be online? So first of all, the qualifications you need to get on to level 2 is essentially 4 GCSEs A to D, preferably including English and maths, but not necessarily. So, and also a satisfactory ride assessment and practical assessment if you wanted to do the riding option. So they're sort of the entry requirements. In terms of whether the college will be back open in September, we are very much planning for it to be back open in September. Obviously, things are changing all the time, and we would update students as soon as we know, but the plan is that we do start back in September, and that's what we are all hoping for. So thank you, Jack, for that question. I hope that answers your question. Okay, Kerry, thank you for your question. Will I get the chance to ride horses on the course? So depending on the level of course, yes, you will. The level 2 and 3 have timetabled riding sessions. The level 1 don't have timetable riding sessions, but we do make time throughout the year for the level 1s to ride if they have riding experience. If you haven't got riding experience, we do try our best at some point through the year to get you going and get you on board. So yes. Okay, thank you, Molly, for your question. Do you still do the BHS stages, and if so, does everyone have to do it? No. So the BHS stages, for those of you that don't know, the BHS stands for the British Horse Society, and they offer a suite of qualifications. So our courses naturally lend themselves to training towards these British Horse Society qualifications, which are internationally recognised, and we strongly encourage students to go for them. They're the main qualifications if you want to become an instructor, or a yard manager. So no, BHS stages are not compulsory. They are run, last year they were run as an evening course, and you can join in with those if you want to train towards your British Horse Society qualifications to become an instructor or so on. Okay. Owen, thank you for your question. Hi, do I need to bring my own equipment? So there is an equipment list that all prospective students are sent out, but yes, you would require to have your own hat up to standard, gloves, whip, riding boots and chaps, wellies and overalls. So, but we will send you an up-to-date list of equipment needed for starting the course. Thank you for those questions. We've had a few others. How do you match a horse with a student? Well, we ensure that we know your equestrian background and experience, which is part of the reason why all students at the beginning of the year will have a ride assessment. And we endeavour to match your skills and confidence to the right horse, while also working towards stretching you to develop your skills and ability to ride a wide variety of horses. Okay, so we've had another question. I currently have my grades to do level 2. Is there spaces on the course as I may apply? Yes, there are spaces. They're filling up, but there's definitely spaces available. So if you want to apply, you can apply online today. You can also look at any of the information I've told you today on our website, so www.cambria.ac.uk. You can also, if you require any further information, you can contact our student services, so studentservices@cambria.ac.uk. So I've got another question here. I have a horse who's currently 4 years old. Could I bring him to a competition, or does the horse need to be of a certain age to enter? No, from most competitions allow horses from the age of 4 years old to enter their competition. So yes, of course, you'd be able to bring him. For students that are with us, we often offer a student discount for entering classes at our competitions. Any other questions? Let's have a look if we've got any more that have been sent to us. So can you bring your own horse? So that's a common question that we're asked. Can you bring your own horse? This can be possible, assuming that your horse is suitable for being accepted on working livery to the college and that we have a vacancy. You will need to bear in mind that this often means that other learners will also ride your horse. So whilst you benefit from adapting to riding a range of horses yourself, so yes, you can bring your horses on a working livery arrangement, but other students would obviously ride the horse. So it's worth bearing that in mind. But it means you get access to amazing facilities and, of course, the competitions on site that are run quite regularly throughout the year. Okay, I'll just see if we've got any other questions. So are there opportunities to take part in competitions? Yes, our centre hosts a wide range of competitions and clinics throughout the year. So you can bring your own horse to the events, or in many cases, arrange to use a college horse. So like I said, we do run a variety of competitions throughout the year, not just dressage and show jumping. We often run other competitions such as shows or combined training events, arena eventing and so on. So we do run a range of different competitions. Okay, thank you, Karen. What is the start date of the BHS Stage 2 part-time courses? That's a very good question. I'm not sure off the top of my head, Karen. It's usually a couple of weeks into September, but if you contact Student Services, we can get an exact date for you, Karen. Thank you for that question. Just see if we've got any more. So how many horses do we have at Northup? It can vary. Some years we have more than others, but generally around 20, 21 horses at Northup, varying in height and ability. Okay, we've had another question. Are there work experience opportunities? Yes, the level 1 course has, as I discussed before, 60 hours, with the level 2 and 3, 150 hours. So it's largely carried out externally, and myself and Natalie would help you with identifying suitable placements. And then another question we had, how much riding time will I get? That very much depends on the level of the course, but generally weekly there would be riding lessons. And then last question, I think. Can I ride on the course? Yes, in many cases, it will be subject to you meeting the criteria relevant to the level of course, which will be identified through your practical assessment, which I mentioned before, and weight restrictions also apply, and there's non-riding routes available. We've had another question here. Would we go to Llysfasi as they do animal care, so that would tie in with the work? Through Equine, no, we don't. We sometimes do the odd trip up to Llysfasi, but no, it's a different site, the Northup site. and they don't have equine at the Llysfasi site. So the equine courses tend to stay at Northup. We do obviously do trips to other yards so you can see different yards in action than just our yard at Northup. Okay, let's check if we've got any other questions. No, I think that's it. So unless anybody else has got any further questions, like I said earlier, you can contact us for further information on student services at cambria.ac.uk. Or you can look at the different level of courses that I've discussed today and their entry requirements and so forth at www.cambria.ac.uk. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you so much for listening. And I hope to see some of you in September. Thank you.